What's going on, Javier Lobby? It's your boy Javier with the Javier Show. Make sure you say it twice. All right, so Tom Macdonald dropped a video called Balloons, and I was really interested in this song because I wanted to know how he was going to take the concept of balloons and make it into a fire song. And I was really interested. So I kind of cheated and I kind of threw balloons close to the front of the line. I'm sorry, y'all, but it is what it is. With that being said, that's the reaction I'm gonna do today. So stay tuned.
1 in a million to one villain. Too hot to be in the kitchen. I'll end up melting the ceiling.
All right, so before I get into the reaction, I just want to say if you're new to the channel and you enjoy politics, religion, and culture, you like doing my reaction videos, take the time, please hit that subscribe button. If you hit the bell, you'll get notified every time I go live and every time I upload a reaction video, anything above. Now, just a little context. I just did a reaction to Nova and Tom, and I wasn't really a big fan of the song that they did, if y'all saw that. So I'm really hoping that Balloons really gives me the time that I really enjoy. So Hangover Game, bear with me, and let's see what it's all about. With that being said, let's get it.
I miss the days when no one even knew my name. Now everywhere I go, I wear a hat to hide my face. I got weapons hidden inside every room in my place. Now I have to keep a pistol on me always just in case.
See, this is the Tom that really thrust me into what's on his mind, what's on his brain. Now, check him out when he says he missed the days when he wasn't really famous. He's really talking about the fact that his whole life has changed. And now he's paranoid. Everywhere he goes, he has to, keep in mind that he's famous, that people know who he is, and you got a lot of enemies that come with that. And he makes a lot of songs that people really don't like for whatever reason. I don't understand, but with that being said, I understand where Tom is coming from.
Inside every room in my place. Now I have to keep a pistol on me always just in case. This is a nightmare. Never expected the fame to be something I would wrestle with and fight to embrace. Sometimes I feel like the love I get's outweighed by the hate. I hid the tears, but I can't hide from the pain.
I hear the tears, but I can't hide from the pain. Listen, check him out. I really like the visual on that when he's holding it and it seems like a balloon. His head is on it. I'm really curious on how that's going to all play out. But I just want to point something out for those of you who are new to the channel. I'm going to stop saying this at some point because it is what it is and y'all figure it out. But visuals, I've listened to the bars and the message behind it, and I listen to the music. And that's how I judge this. So I'll give my ratings at the end of the song.
Feel like the love I get's outweighed by the hate. I hid the tears, but I can't hide from the pain. I'm working 20-hour days, can't even lie to y'all, I'm burnt out. Asleep on my weight bench, trying to find the strength to work out. Should be happy I'm successful, I just went and bought my first house. Thought money would help cure my depression, but it's worse. How?
Listen, there we go. Yes. All right. Listen. All right. Can I get an amen? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to hear. I can hear like some strain in his voice while he's rapping. Now, check this out. Fame, and we hear it all the time, fame doesn't necessarily make people happy or happier. Now, money can make you happy up to a certain point. After you reach, I think, like $70,000, then that's the cap. It could be 70,000, 700,000, one of those. But that's the cap. Ain't gonna be no more happiness after that. But it can make things worse for you psychologically. And I think Tom is realizing that, and he's being honest about it, which is great. And I like that.
Well, I just went and bought my first house. Thought money would help cure my depression, but it's worse. How? Tired of it. Lucky I don't have a manager because I'll be firing them. Tired of talking to other artists who just want to tell me I'm inspiring them. Parents keep telling me they have a kid and they're thankful the child is admiring me. Great. Want to know how I feel? I might kill myself before retiring.
I'll let that play for a little minute because I really got to hit a flow. I got to hit a flow. Man, I didn't watch My Fans. I done seen that. Listen, Tom, depression ain't going nowhere. In some cases, it could be worse. And he's sitting here talking about, yo, I bought my mama a house. I did these things. I did those things. And yet, I'm thinking about putting this gun to my head. Like, check it out. Until you get into that position. Because take all of your problems. Take all of the problems that you have and then multiply it by tenfold and then put it out there for the rest of the world to see. Imagine the amount of judgment you're going to get. Imagine the amount of hate you're going to get. But then on the other side, all of those good characteristics and the things that made you famous in the first place that people love you for is going to cause a lot of people to admire you and look up to you. But there's the pressure because now you're a role model and people look up to you and now they're watching you So you got to walk on eggshells because you don't want to make the wrong decision or the wrong mistake because you know that kids are admiring you. There's a lot there. A lot.
And they're thankful the child is admiring me. Great. Want to know how I feel? I might kill myself before retiring. I'm in the clouds. I can't reach the ground. They're coming in crowds. Blew me up like a balloon and let me go.
Blew me up like a balloon and let me go. All right, yeah, I get it now. I get it. Yes, yes. This is the music I love from Tom. This gets me every time.
And in crowds, blew me up like a balloon and let me go. Watch me float away while I scream no. Every time I get close, they pull out their phones. Like maybe this time we can see them explode. Blew me up like a balloon and let me go. They are throwing rocks cause they
blow him up until he explode. Goes back to what he said earlier as far as how he feels that he might kill himself before retiring. Look, it can get to your head. You can blow him up and they let him go. And now he's just off in the wind. And eventually what goes up must come down. And he's just being honest. Now, I wonder how many people are going to take the message that he's saying right here, right now, and adjust how they treat him. I understand that this guy is being real and he's putting himself out there. And we see Tom do this all the time. We see it. And we know how he really feels about these things. But the way that he packaged it, the way that he put it in the metaphor about balloons and blowing up, like, genius.
trying to poke holes. They want to see me pop. They don't want to see me blow. The reason that I'm gone, they don't want to see me go. Blew me up like a balloon and left me. I miss the times when I could go outside. I didn't have to watch my back out of the corner of my eye. I didn't have to fake a smile and post for pictures all the time. Can't even lie, I miss when time was really mine.
Now, listen, check this out. I don't know what Tom's situation is necessarily when it comes to his family or his mom or his dad, but I'll point something out here. My dad told me that be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. And we heard this so many years. I'm pretty sure it's a common thing that's said. Now, I wanted to be a hip hop artist when I was younger. I started rapping when I was 9 years old, and all I wanted to be was a big time rapper. And then eventually I wanted to be the biggest gangster, and I went down this whole long and harsh road that led me to some horrible outcomes. But my dad, even after all the trouble, I wanted to be a rapper. And my dad says, are you sure this is what you want? Everywhere you go, people are going to be watching you and want to take pictures and wanting your attention. And like, do you know what that does to a person? Or you can't walk to the store and you don't have to look over your shoulder that people won't recognize who you are. I mean, look, nobody's complaining about the love and support that he gets. But at the same time, everywhere you go, you are the celebrity. You're never a normal person anymore.
To fake a smile and post for pictures all the time. Can't even lie, I miss when time was really mine. Now I just belong to everybody else but me. These panic attacks are making it awful hard to breathe. Built a vocal booth inside the crib and stopped making beats. Don't even rap, I stand inside of it and scream. Like, this is not what I expected. I work my hands to the bone, and my anxiety is triggered by the apps on my phone. I tried deleting them so the internet would leave me alone, but the lack of attention made me feel worse than before.
Oh, listen. Life is so weird that way, yo. Like, I tried the same thing. I hate social media. Hate it with a passion. And I always find myself going back to it. It's like, which one do you want, dog? Like, what is it that you really want? Sometimes I want a little bit of this, but then there is no little bit of that. If you're going in, you're going all the way through and you're getting all of that. And if you back away, you're missing all of that. There is no happy median here. And he's going through that specifically. The depression, the inability to breathe because of the anxiety attacks and not really knowing left or right. You don't know. And all he got is his music. Sometimes you just sit in the booth and scream. Who feel you, dog? Who feel you? Can I get an amen?
I'm sick of it all. The internet watching me trip when I fall.
Rewind that for y'all real quick. Let's get it.
If attention made me feel worse than before. I'm sick of it all. The internet watching me trip when I fall. Embarrassed that everyone witnesses all. My illness isn't real time. Man, I'm addicted to y'all. Rappers on Twitter don't get me involved. I'm posing for photos with fans in the mall and dying inside pretending I'm strong. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just Tom.
I'm not a celebrity. I'm just Tom. Yes, yes, yes. He's a human being, everybody. We're all human beings. Tom bleeds like you bleed, like I bleed. We all bleed. We all use the bathroom. We all get hungry. We all have nightmares. Some of us, we don't sleep too well. There's so much human things about these people that y'all call celebrities. If y'all don't get that by now, I just wish that one thing that people will understand is it's okay for the love. It's okay for the support. But yo, when you get the chance, instead of saying, can I get that selfie? Maybe you want to ask, hey, is everything good with you? Just want to show love, keep it moving. That's okay. That's fine. Maybe you might be the best fan. You might have gave him that break that he really needed, and you just didn't even know it. And sometimes that's the best way to show love.
I'm posing for photos with fans in the mall and dying inside pretending I'm strong. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just Tom. I can't reach the ground. Coming and crying. Give me like a balloon and let me go. Watch me float away. Well, I scream no. Every time I get close, they pull out their phones. Like maybe this time we can see them explode. Do me up like a balloon and let me go.
So maybe this time we can watch them explode. Man.
This time we can see them explode. Do me up like a balloon and let me go. They are throwing rocks cause they tryna poke holes. They wanna see me pop, they don't wanna see me blow. For the reason that I'm gone, they don't wanna see me go. Do me up like a balloon and let me. I missed the years when every Friday wasn't spent with my therapist. Then I realized I hated fame and accepted I'm scared of it. I got Adrev, Cipralex, Xanax, and Seroquel in a Tupperware container. I don't touch, I just stare at them.
I've been on Seroquel before, Respital. I've been on those things. I know exactly what he's talking about. Some of y'all know exactly what Tom is talking about. The medications are there to help you cope. They're there to stabilize your brain. If you have a chemical imbalance and you're going through things, they're there to even you out. If you're low, it brings you higher. If you're high, they bring you lower. They're trying to make you in this level playing field so that you can function as a normal human being in society. And yet you're looking at those things in that medicine bottle or whatever it is that you have stored, and then you're asking yourself, is like, yo, is that really me? Is that like, would that make me more of me? Or is it something that I wish to be that I can't be on my own? And like, how do you explain this to somebody? And you go into the therapy and all of that, and they're trying to help you work through all your issues and stuff. But when you get out of that therapist office, guess what happens? You got to go back to the real world, and you got to deal with people who don't understand what the therapist understands. And you're trying to figure it out yourself, and you forget all of that. Oh. Check them out. I know. I feel them.
Cipralex, Xanax, and Seroquel in a Tupperware container. I don't touch, I just stare at them. Breathing exercise is supposed to help me to cope, but nothing works quite as good as a bottle of Jack and a smoke. I try to focus on my breath, but it gets stuck in my throat. This never happened back when I was young and happy and broke. I never thought I'd be.
Now, the question is, I would ask Tom on this, like when you were broke, if you truly remember, if your memory serves you correctly, how bad did you really want what you have now? And then compare it to how bad you wish you could go back. That's what I'd be curious to know.
Oh, this never happened back when I was young and happy and broke. I never thought I'd be the rapper all these rappers trying to be. Posting 20 times a day, now I don't have no privacy. Meeting with these major label CEOs with giant teams. If y'all want to do business, why are y'all trying to lie to me? I'm bored.
If y'all just want to do business, why the hell you trying to lie to me? Like, that's the jack of the trade, yo. That's the business that we live in. Everybody is looking to exploit you. Everybody's looking at you as money. They don't see you as Tom Macdonald. They see you as a bag of money. And the bigger the bag of money is, the more they're willing to scheme, to lie, to deceive in order to manipulate you to get exactly what you can give them. That's what they really want. And we know that. And nobody understands that more than the people who've dealt with these people, who've been in these big rooms with these big executives, and they're trying to smuggle you into their company and take advantage of you and rape you and leave you there just battered and bruised after they then milked you for everything that you're worth. Nobody understands that. Even if I'm thinking about it, I can never fully understand that feeling. What do you do when this was your dream?
To be posting 20 times a day. Now I don't have no privacy. Meeting with these major label CEOs with giant teams. If y'all want to do business, why are y'all trying to lie to me? I'm bored of the fame. Every time it feels fresh again, I'm getting more of the same. Interviewers think they know who I am. They made up their mind before I explain. Well, because you asked so nice, I guess I'll tell. Ain't been feeling too hot lately, Jim. Is there anything else? Great, because lately every day I feel like I'm living in hell. I'm glad the music helps you, but I might really kill myself.
All right, Hangover Gang. This one for y'all. Let hear me out. Let's get an ear here, quick, cause y'all the fans. Y'all right. Y'all the people. Y'all the fam. Y'all the people who come show up and show out. Y'all the ones who know and understand the pain, the history, and all of that. Y'all been there. Y'all done the research. Y'all put in the time. Let me ask you a question. All right. Do you think that the same thing that can build you up can break you down? You know, like I get it. I really, really get it. Imagine seeing somebody that has motivated you, uplifted you, brought you out of the worst situations, and you see them in person and you just want to give thanks and you just want to give love. I get it. And then imagine you and then multiply you by millions of people all over the world. And that one person has to take on all of that. What would you do? How would you feel? Would you love it? Would you hate it? Would you be indifferent? Put yourself in Tom's shoes and ask yourself, would you feel the same way?
Every day I feel like I'm living in hell. I'm glad the music helps you, but I might really kill myself. When this magazine gets printed, can you send one to my house? I'd like to own a tiny piece of me like everybody else. Go, watch me float away while I scream no. Every time I get close, they pull out their phones. Like maybe this time we can see them explode. Blew me up like a balloon and let me go. They all throwing rocks cause they tryna poke holes. They wanna see me pop, they don't wanna see me blow. For the reason that I'm gone, they don't wanna see me go. Blew me up like a balloon and left me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. All right, y'all. Listen, check me out here. Yes, I'm so happy to rate this song. Yes, I love it. Yes, I love it. And I'm gonna give it the honest ranking because I got to. I just want to say before I get a ranking that this is the Tom that I love. This is the music that I feel. The pain, the anger, the love, the hatred, all of that, the depression, anxiety, all of that being put out for everybody to judge for themselves, to give him 100% that raw you, but it sounds great. It sounds so good. It has the message that everybody can relate to and really get across what he's trying to say. This is the music that I really like. Everybody got their picks and chooses. That's fair. Everybody got that. Have it. Now, let's get this ranking done. All right. When it comes to the music, the beat, I'm giving that an 8 out of 10. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. I want that beat just to listen to. I just want it because the beat is amazing. Kudos to that. 8 out of 10. When it comes to the visuals, 8 out of 10. The visuals were dope. It did its job. Tom was sitting there holding a balloon of himself with his head, talking to it. That is artistic. That is wonderful. The different shots and the different situations that you saw him in, it really highlighted the whole feeling, the cloudy atmosphere behind him standing on the edge. You got to pay attention to those visuals because they matter. 8 out of 10. Kudos. Last but not least, I'm going to give the bars, the message, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. The bars were just on point. The rapping on point. The message on point. 10 out of 10. Overall rating for the song, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Everybody, kudos to Tom Macdonald for the song Balloons. Thank all of y'all for listening. Thank all of y'all for taking the time to hear my reaction. With that being said, if you enjoyed it, please take the time to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell. You get notified every time I upload a video and go live. And don't miss out because I got some great things coming out the way. So with that being said, like I always say, peace and glory. Be peaceful and be great. Till next time, y'all. I'm out.
1 in a million to one villain. Too hot to be in the kitchen. I'll end up melting the ceiling.